During this period of instruction, you will be taught packing for a BIV. The reason you are being taught this is so that you can bring all your required gear and pack it correctly for BIV. First, print off the BIV kit list. It can be found on the 206 ACU members only downloads page. If you need to know where that is, PM your NCOs and they will help you. Mark off all your gear one by one and place it folded, if need be, on the floor, ready to put away in your pack and webbing. First, pack your webbing. You need 2 water bottles, a Cupsa canteen, 2 bandages, a ground sheet, Japara, which is your raincoat, toggle rope, NCOs only, essential 24-hour survival items, knife, must be able to clip away, hoochie cord, lecky tape, which is black electrical tape, torch, preferably red light torch, a lighter, hexi cooker, which is your hexi stove, whistle, gloves, can opener, repellent, chapstick, tissues, cam cream, KFS and sunblock. Make sure you write your name on all your gear just as I have done, otherwise you will lose it as they all look the same and you don't want to be looking for an hour for your gear. Fill up your drink bottles, put them in, make sure your Cupsa canteen's on the bottom, place it in. Once it's in, do it up. Make sure all your gear is always squared away. This means having all loose ends like this cut off, taping up any extra bits of rope, so black electrical tape, tie it up, and having all these buttons done up at all times. This will ensure that you do not get caught on anything, none of your gear is lost, and none of your NCOs come past and steal your water bottles. Open your bum bag if you have one, which I'm pretty sure all the recruits do. Make sure it's clean, not like this one. The person before me has left noodles in here. Make sure you clean out all your gear, especially for food, otherwise, as we are out bush, animals will go through your gear and you'll wake up and your stuff will be all over the floor. Open your bum bag and place in your ground sheet and your Japara. Also, depending on the bivouac, you may be given a 24-hour ration pack, which will also go on top of your gear in your bum bag. In one pouch of my webbing, I have a notebook, pens, pencils, rulers, and any sunscreen or pawpaw ointment. In my other pouch, I have the majority of the rest of my gear. I have foot powder for blisters, I have hexamine for cooking, I have my hexi stove and this thing, which you'll probably never use. I have my KFS knife, fork, spoon, which was issued to you. I also have my hoochie cord in there for when I want to set up at night, and other general gear like that. As you can see on the front of the drink bottles, they have little pouches which are usually used for small medical kits, so I have a small medical kit, put it in there, close it up. On the pouch of my other drink bottle, I have my sewing kit. This isn't required, but I bring it along just in case any of my gear starts to fall apart or anything breaks. If you guys ever need anything, I will give it to you. As for fires on BIV, recruits will most likely never be setting the fire, nor do we want you playing with fire, but recommended that you bring matches or a lighter, whatever your preference is. Although be careful, if matches or lighters get wet, they will be unusable. This is a container of cam cream or camouflage cream. Recruits, cadets and NCOs are not issued this in our unit. However, it will be in the day pack on the BIV, and some NCOs may have it as they've gone out and bought it just as I have. You will not be requested to wear this unless it's for a special activity, and you are not to wear it on your way home. You'll be asked to remove it from your face before leaving the BIV site. A pocket knife is definitely a good idea and is required. It's a great survival tool and it will help you a lot in cadets. Just remember that your blade can't be a lock-in blade, so you have to be able to close it like this. And also the blade can be no longer than 10 centimeters. You're required to have a torch with you, and it's definitely a good idea if you're blind and can't see at nighttime like me. Make sure to bring batteries because a lot of people's torches run out and I don't carry extra on me, neither will the other NCOs, I'm sure. The batteries, make sure you put them at the bottom of your gear. In sunlight they will explode and it's not nice. And also for torches, make sure if you can to get a red light torch, because during night X you will not be allowed to use white lights. Definitely bring baby wipes on bivouac. You will not realise how dirty you can get from just sitting still out bush until you actually go to clean yourself. If you can't go get baby wipes, just go to KFC and steal theirs. They're not going to mind, I am sure. Hygiene is a very important thing in cadets, and you need to make sure you're clean at all times. So always bring baby wipes with you. Next is your pack. Remember to clearly have your name marked, as they do all look the same and they might get lost. In the bottom of your pack, make sure to have your sleeping bag, your hoochie, garbage bags, extra warm clothing and socks. Now for the top of your pack, put your extra uniforms, including your undershirt, all to be folded neatly as you cannot iron out bush, extra water and extra food. Extra food does not need to be taken. Ration packs or fresh rations will be supplied on the bivouac. However, most people bring lollies, which yes, everyone will love you for. Just remember, whatever you pack, you need to carry. Usually I would go off the saying pack light but pack right. This pretty much means bring all your required gear but don't overpack. However, for the Biv 3 Hampton coming up soon, pack extra gear. It's going to be very, very cold and you're not going to be required to carry your packs for this one camp. So, because of this, pack extra warm gear. We do not want recruits getting cold, and it's going to help you in the long run. You're not going to have to carry it, so don't worry about the extra weight. It's going to help you in the long run. Also, for gear that is to be on your person at all times, you are to be wearing your full DPCU field uniform, which is your DPCU pants, shirt, bush hat, GP boots, webbing and field pack. You're also to bring a notebook and extras just in case, pens, pencils, rulers, erasers and other stationery required. Any PAMs or info sheets or notes that your NCOs requested you bring, you are also to bring. So in your webbing, you should have enough equipment to enable you to survive for 24 hours. Your water bottles should be filled at all times. NCOs will allocate times when you can go and fill up your drink bottles. And you should have survival gear for the field, such as hoochie cord, lecky tape, cam cream, baby wipes, your japara, cups of canteen, crepe bandages, your ground sheet, your lighter and your torch for at night. So when packing your pack, remember that least important stuff goes down the bottom, most important and most likely to be used first stuff goes at the top. It should have your sleeping gear, spare clothes, including your PT clothes for the morning, along with spare water, food and uniforms that are to be folded neatly. It should also contain your other spare personal equipment that you do not need during the day, which includes your toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrush and any other items like that. Important points to remember: whatever you pack, you'll be carrying. Do not overpack but do not underpack. Bring all your required gear. Disregard this rule for the upcoming Biv 3 at Hampton. Bring extra gear, especially warm clothing gear. We do not want anyone getting sick. Pack all your compulsory items. Pack the heaviest items near the bottom and the lightest things at the top, and make sure they are closer to your spine. You do not want things at the very front of your pack weighing you down. You'll be walking funny and you don't want to injure your spine. Just remember, for pocket knives, they can't be a lock-in blade. You must be able to close them away for safety reasons. Also, the blade of the actual knife cannot be longer than 10 centimeters. For very obvious reasons, do not bring alcohol, drugs or any illicit substances or illegal items. Mobile phones, iPods, MP3 players, anything like that. If you can avoid bringing it, do so. But if you need it to call your parents at the end of a biv or anything, bring it with you. You will be required to hand it in to the staff. You cannot have any of those items on BIV. That concludes my brief lesson on packing for a BIV. I hope this helps you recruits when packing for your BIV as you haven't done this before.